Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a tag video, which I haven't done in a very long time, but Vlogmas always seems to lend itself well to tag videos. The one that I'm going to be doing today is the end of the year tag that was created by Ariel Bissett. I will link her original video down below. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but honestly tag videos are, I feel like anybody can do them. You don't really have to be tagged to do it. So let's get into the questions. Question 1 is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? So there are a few. The first book that I started and need to finish is Traitor to the Throne, which I'm hoping to finish this week before the Adventure-a-thon starts. But that one definitely I want to finish before the end of the year. And I have less than 100 pages, so that's totally doable. I also started 2 different versions of A Christmas Carol and Other Writings by Charles Dickens, and I would like to finish both of those before the year is up, because those I started actually a few years ago, so they've been on the go for a while. Question 2 is, do you have any autumnal reads to carry you into the winter season? Not really. I don't really think of books as having seasons for the most part. I mean, some of them are clearly summer books and some of them are clearly winter books, but like, I don't really have anything that I can think of that would be autumnal. Question 3 is there a new release that you're still waiting for? So I actually pre-ordered the book Gin City back in April. And it was supposed to come out in the summer, and then it got pushed back, and it kept getting pushed back. And every time I would go on Amazon, it was like, we don't have a release date for this. And I finally saw that it had a release date early in January. And while it did actually release on that date, Amazon has still been really slow to actually send that book. Now, it's by a smaller press that I really enjoy called Unnamed Press. And it must be that they just don't get things from smaller presses as quickly as they get them from the major publishers and things like that. So it hasn't arrived yet. The book has actually been released, but I think, checking my tracking, it may be arriving in the next couple of days. So fingers crossed for that, because I'm really excited about that. As I've mentioned before on my channel, I'm really into Djinn lore and genies, and I've been trying to read a lot of books about genies and Djinn lore, so there will be a book video coming in January or February about books with genies or Djinn lore in them. The next question is, what are 3 books that you want to read by the end of the year? So the first one is The Best Polish Restaurant in Buffalo. That one I got when I was in Canada, and I'm really interested in that. It's a story about Polish immigrants and kind of their family in America over the years, or over the generations. So I'm really interested in that one. I do have that on my Adventure-a-thon TBR, so hopefully I will get to that before the end of the year. Like I said before, I really want to finish both of those Christmas Carol and Other Stories books. And the third one, so I did get another book from Unnamed Press called Neon Green that I really want to read. I don't think I'm going to get to it before the end of the year. And the other one is the final book in the Fits in the Fool trilogy. I could pick that one up and probably finish the audiobook before the end of the year, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to read a different book in the interim, and then I might pick that one up next. I kind of think that one's going to get carried into January, but we shall see. So question 5 is there a book that you still have left to read that could be your favorite book of the year? I think The Best Polish Restaurant in Buffalo has some potential, but I don't know, because I've read some really standout books this year, and it would take a lot to dethrone those. So at this point I'm going to say probably not, but I hope I'm pleasantly surprised. And the last question is, have you started making plans for 2018? So yes, I have. I haven't really sat down and thought about my goals for 2018 for book reading and for this channel, but I have kind of thought of some things that I want to do in 2018. So I always keep a book spreadsheet. I've always used the spreadsheet from Brock from Let's Read, which is a great spreadsheet. I did this year start working earlier to create my own kind of modified version of that tracks the things that I care about, because there are a lot of things that I don't really track on the spreadsheet right now, so I'm trying to like condense it to be something that I can track more stuff, but more stuff that's relevant to me. One thing I definitely want to do in 2018 is read my shelf. So I did a really good job of that this year, but I still bought something like 58 books this year. And only read about half of those after buying them. So I want to be more conscious about what I'm buying and making sure that I'm reading it when I'm buying it, which leads me into, I am going to be participating in Bookopoly, which I will link Elena's video down below about what that is. I made my own Monopoly board. I will go ahead and insert some video here showing it. It is extra. I am 100% aware that I got real into this, but I really like designing things like this. I think in a different situation I would have been a graphic designer, because I love this kind of thing. So I made my own Monopoly board. I am hoping to find one of those banks that you have to smash to get the money out of it, because I don't, those are really hard to find in the States. I don't understand why, but they are. Well, I probably understand why, because we don't want to squirrel our money away. But I really want to find one of those without having to order it from the UK, because it's pricey to do that. But I am going to be participating in that, and I may do a video later on in Vlogmas about that. And then that's really it. I mean, I want to read more translated fiction, because I did kind of a poor job of that this year, and I always find that I really enjoy translated fiction because there's so much, such a broader perspective when you're reading a book by someone that was originally written in their language. And yeah, I want to read more translated fiction too. So there will be a 2018 goals video coming. I just have to think a little bit harder about exactly what my goals are going to be. So that is it for the questions in this tag. I am not really going to tag anybody except to say, if you're doing Vlogmas, this is a great Vlogmas edition. And if you want to answer the questions, definitely do that down in the comments. I love hearing your responses and chatting with you in the comments. And look out for a couple of videos down the line that I mentioned in this video. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye!